Welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video, we'll share reasons why the rich have rich libraries and why the poor do not. In today's video, I'll share with you 3 main reasons why you need to increase the size of your library and how you can make the time to read so you become even richer. Before we get started, let me share with you my own experience. In college, the only thing I ever read up until that point was a textbook. I thought that reading outside of a school assignment was an utter waste of time. However, in my senior year of college, back in 2007, yes, I'm old, I found myself about to graduate from college with bad credit, broke, no money in the bank, with no job lined up, and a 3.2 GPA. And after graduating, I had no other choice but to move back home with my mom and work dead-end jobs. I was dissatisfied with my lot in life, and for some reason, my mom noticed this and she took it upon herself to buy me the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I read that book in 3 days, it just ate it up, and I made a firm decision. I said to myself, even though I don't have any money or any credit, or don't know anyone who invests in real estate or have the slightest clue or idea of how to invest in real estate, I will make it my mission to be a full-time real estate investor. That was the main mission I had in my life. And so with me getting very focused on who I want to become, and being that I got a small taste of knowledge, I wanted to learn more. And so I went to a place daily that had a wellspring of knowledge, my local library. And this was the place where I can read as many books as I wanted about personal finance, about personal development, business, real estate, religion, goal setting, time management, and more for free. I did all this because the adage just popped in my head. If you knew better, you'll do better. So I want to make sure that I get as much knowledge as possible. Now, fast forward 7 years from graduating from college, I became financially free, a full-time real estate investor. I was able to quit my day job. Now let's fast forward even further to today. I still have family and friends who have seasons in their life where they struggle financially, they struggle with their health, they struggle with their relationships, they struggle with their spirituality. And why is this? It's because, like it says in the Bible, right? My people perish for lack of knowledge. They think reading or any other form of acquiring knowledge just isn't important. However, when I go to visit them at their home, they have the biggest flat screens in every single room. Some of you guys might have family members like this, right? Or they have multiple devices. They have the tablets, the cell phones, the smartphones, the whole 9 yards. Many different video game systems, streaming services, the whole shebang. And perhaps they value entertainment over education, or think it's best to learn through trial and error instead of seeking the wisdom for someone who's been there, done that, and found out a way to solve it. And maybe they're just not ambitious, or they're just content with just staying where they're at. Now, I'm not passing any judgment here. I'm just sharing with you the differences so you can exercise the right habits yourself, so you can get even richer. Now, I assume that you want to get to that next level, become richer in other words, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. So I get it. You may be extremely busy. Being busy, it makes it difficult for you to acquire knowledge, because reading a book takes time just to sit down and read it and so forth. Or you might just think that you just naturally learn things you try and error never occurs to you. Maybe there's a book on the subject matter. But let me share with you on how you can acquire knowledge without it being cumbersome and taxing for you where your time's concerned. Number 1, get a book subscription service. I highly recommend Audible. And for the price of a streaming service, you can acquire 1 book a month, an audiobook. And with this service, I'm forced to buy a book and listen to it prior to the next monthly payment. Audible, and I have no affiliation with them, by the way. I'm just sharing with you my experience. So if you click on Audible, that's just a benefit between you and them. But Audible makes it simple to acquire knowledge in a hassle-free way on the go. So after you get the subscription, you make the time to listen to it. I have 2 ways for managing my time around this new activity of reading. 1, I tend to listen to audiobooks while doing mundane activities. Driving, boring. Running errands, boring. taking a walk for low steady state cardio to burn some fat, traveling to the airport or in the airport, in the plane, just waiting for my plane to arrive in the terminal, doing housework, eating a meal by myself, etc. So according to the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, when creating a new habit, such as, the new habit of reading consistently, it's best to cue an existing activity that you already do with this new habit. So for example, let's take one of the YouTubers, Brandon Carter, a fellow YouTuber. He likes to play video games, and one thing I learned from him, or remember what he said, is that he likes to play video games. So what he'll do is he'll make sure that he only plays a video game if he's on an exercise bike, or he'll only play a video game after he's achieved X goal for the day, meaning he had to read a book or so forth. So if you enjoy video games or watching a 30-minute TV episode, etc., or scrolling through social media, make sure that you get X amount of time of reading first. And if listening to books during Monday activities isn't enough, then you can subtract the time from other activities. For instance, I want to make sure that I make the time acquiring the Spanish language. So I looked in my calendar and weighed the activities I did and if they produced results. So one activity was working out. Man, I would do P90X Monday through Friday for 45 minutes each, and then I would do kickboxing 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I just stayed in the same shape, same size, and I wasn't really progressing where size and strength were concerned. So I decided to get a book about how to do more with less in regard to exercise, and the author recommended that I work out once every 4 days and just focus on working out intensely, not volume or what have you. It was slightly different. And so that reduced my workouts to about 1 to 2 workouts a week. And so that with that freed up time, I could repurpose it in other areas. Now, with every activity you do, you should challenge it. Take a look at your leisure time. Take a look at other activities that you do and quantify it. Perhaps you spend 2 hours a day on devices just looking at things that don't help you get to where your goals are concerned. It's not helping you get richer. Now, I'm not saying that you have to reduce that time to 0 and repurpose all of your time to reading. So I'm not saying that at all, but hey, maybe if you spend 2 hours a day on TikTok or Instagram, maybe you can reduce it to by 75%, 50%, 25%, and reallocate that time towards reading. Hey, so keep in mind, no one ever said, man, this big screen TV of mine, it really helped me improve in the areas of business. Oh man, all these flat screens and devices, it really helped me in the area of finances, spirituality, relationships, etc. But many can say that this is true over books. Last, structure your reading time like you do with your 9 to 5, meaning you time block, you clock in and clock out. Have a set scheduled time to actually do these things. All right, let's get into my next point. Grow your library. Now, there are a few ways to go about doing this. For one, purchase books in areas that you want to grow in. So if you want to grow in marketing, let's say, purchase many top sellers on the subject of marketing so you can get a well-rounded idea of how you can go about improving this marketing in your business. And if you're killing it in business but not family, then you want to buy some of the top seller books that relate to life, work-life balance, spirituality, etc., whatever suffering, so that way you can learn from these successful people who were able to crack the code and figure it out, so you don't have to learn through trial and error. And just think about it, if you were able to learn from experts who experienced the same problems as you but were able to solve it, instead of you trying to figure it out through trial and error, learn from the author. And also for additional books, you can ask your friends and successful business people for recommendations, and they'll gladly let you know which ones to do. Now, I'm talking about growing your library, but I cannot stress enough the importance of repetition. There are several books, such as Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, that I read this book once every year, normally around January, the start of a new year. And there are some instances where I would read a book full of great content and say, you know what, I'm gonna read that book once more. I'm gonna read it again. It was just so much value in this book, I gotta read it again. So even though I'm talking about growing your library, when you have some of those pieces like in your wardrobe, right, some key pieces in your wardrobe, you wanna get as much use of it as possible. Wear it over and over again, but still acquire some more select pieces in your closet or in your library in this case. Now, don't just limit yourself to Audible, but acquire knowledge through physical books, courses, seminars, webinars, meetups. The more, the merrier, right? For not everything that you need to learn is found in Audible, of course, right? That just goes without saying. Flat out, readers are leaders. A chapter a day will keep the competition at bay. Now, if you're interested in getting richer where real estate cash flow is concerned, then pick up my book here, Quit Your Day Job. It's on Audible as well, but if you check the link below in the description, I'll be able to hook you up with 50% off as long as you click the link in the description, and you get both the ebook and the audiobook along with some additional bonuses. Now, this book is for those who are not just employees, because you might be a business person, self-employed, but it's for those sharing with you a blueprint, a roadmap, if you will, of how to go about replacing your current income, so whether it's through your job or whether it's through your business, with passive income. At least let the passive income you have for real estate investing rival the income you receive from your business or your day job, okay? If you're in that frame of mind in which, hey, I don't want to quit, I have a great business, cool. But you want to diversify to have active income as well as passive income. All right, so just check the link below to learn more, to get a copy of the Quit Your Day Job book. As always, guys, it's to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.